Welcome back to 405 Sports. Before we get into our picks for the playoffs, we're going to talk, do we think if Tom Brady is going to retire or not? Guess we'll kick it over here and we'll just go around.
It's so hard to say because he was so passionate about it a year ago. And now, I mean, he still had a decent season, I guess. I mean, they made the playoffs, but their division wasn't the greatest. And he didn't, I don't think anyone's going to say he played well. So it'll be interesting to me. I can't really say because there's like a couple years ago I thought he was going to retire and he didn't when he said he was going to. And then I'll probably expect him to play and then he won't. So I don't know.
I would say probably not. The only way I could see him coming back is if they get like a couple O linemen, like people like protect him because he was kind of not that his O line was bad this year, but
you can say that.
Kind of bolster the offensive line more or less and convince him to come back because I think he probably should be done.
After that absolute beatdown on national television, I think he's done with Tampa Bay, but I could see him playing somewhere else.
I could see the Raiders.
My thing with the Raiders is it's a worse offensive line and a worse defense. So like I don't.
But a better receiving core.
A better receiver.
Better. Oh, that's actually arguable. Because when Darren Waller's good, Darren Waller's pretty good.
And Devontae Adams, to me, is one of the top 3 receivers in the league.
But your boy Mike Evans.
That's true.
And Chris Godwin.
It's true.
And Julio.
That's actually kind of arguable if who's got a better receiving core, but
I guess Hunter Renfro's not horrible.
Hunter Renfro at a down year.
Yeah.
I don't know. His offensive line is not the worst, though. I mean, Tristan Wirfs, Ryan Jensen, Shaq Mason, those are all 3 names that are good, but his left side is nothing. But I'm with Zach here. I think he'll leave. I just don't know where.
I wouldn't rule out him going back to New England.
Well, yeah.
True.
I don't think he'd go anywhere like Carolina or anything.
He wouldn't go anywhere for rebuilding.
He could go to the 49ers.
I was fixing to say.
I mean, if it depends on what they do the rest of this playoffs.
If Brock Purdy wins a ring,
You
gotta keep moving with him. You can't just strip it away from him.
No, because even if Jimmy G is cleared to play, they're rocking with Purdy.
You think even if Purdy wins a ring and then Tom Brady says, I want to come play for you, you still think they keep Purdy?
I don't see why you'd want somebody else. But
I would think so.
I would think so.
Just because also Brady's 40, going on 46.
Yeah.
So,
as good as he is.
Nothing to do with the video, but say 49ers win a ring next season. Trey Lance is healthy. Jimmy G's healthy. Who starts game 1?
Well, Jimmy,
the dude that won the Super Bowl. Probably.
Yeah.
You still think they start?
It's not Jimmy G. I can tell you.
Well, I know, but I wasn't sure if they'd throw in Trey Lance.
It's going to be Brock Purdy.
Yeah, it's going to be Brock Purdy.
The entire future of the franchise.
Trey Lance couldn't even beat the Bears.
Even though I think you could plug in legitimately anyone into that offense and
they'd be fine.
They'd be fine. But you know, I guess we're all kind of mixed on Tom Brady. Just you don't really know.
Yeah. I could also see him being like, all right, I'm not letting my last season be as bad as it was.
Yeah.
Like he wants to come back and win like 12 or 13 games, win a playoff game or 2, at least.
It's true.
Finish out on a high note.
That's true. We'll move into the first game here. We got the Jaguars versus the Chiefs. I don't know. I think Trevor Lawrence he's been talking about the Chiefs crowd and how he thinks that Duval and the Jacksonville crowd is way louder. And
what was it? The exact quote was what?
I think it was. I think, in terms of Trevor Lawrence, that Jacksonville is louder than Arrowhead. And I think Arrowhead is by far a top 3 loudest stadium in the world, or I guess in the United States.
Say it in the world. Say it.
Say it.
It might be. I don't know.
You hold the record, I do believe.
I was like, I think they have the record.
I thought the Seahawks had it, but
Wow.
That's why I said.
I don't know off the top of my head.
But they got an advantage with the whole, Anyways, give me the Chiefs. I think the miracle run is over.
Yep. Same situation here. Not much to say. The Chiefs are overpowered for sure. Give me the Chiefs.
I think it'll be the Chiefs. They're not going to blow a 27-point lead. So
Chiefs beat them week 9, but at that point in time, the Jaguars weren't playing very good. So it could be competitive because they only beat them by 10 then. But Mahomes and Kelsey in the playoffs are normally different animals, so they'll probably take care of it. And there's some ridiculous record of Andy Reid after a bye week. They don't lose ever.
Giants Eagles spread is at -7.5 in Philly. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm rocking with the Giants. I really am. I'm thinking that D-line for, or I guess the front seven for the Eagles can't handle Daniel Jones scrambling out of the pocket, can't handle Saquon. Darius Slayton was cooking, so was Isaiah Hodges. You know about Isaiah Hodges. I really do think that the Giants are going to pull this game off.
I actually don't think that's as crazy as you might think.
I don't think
it
it's not
is.
nuts either.
But it is in Philadelphia, so I think that makes a huge difference in playoff games. I also think Philadelphia's team is obviously much more talented than New York. So for that reason, I'm going to go with Philadelphia.
I just want to mention Nick Sirianni has never won a playoff game, so just also my thought.
All right. Well,
I do think it's going to be a lot closer than I would say the majority of people. Granted, we don't have that same feeling that the Eagles are going to blow them up, but I would think it's going to be a very close game. But I do think the Eagles will take it. As good as the Giants played last week, but coming off a bye, everyone should be healthy. I think the Eagles should have it.
They played at MetLife. The Eagles killed them. It was not close, but then they played the week 18 or whatever, and the Giants played Davis Webb, and it was a 6-point game. So, and the Giants are they're not catching the Giants at a good time, but they had the bye week. I'm sure everyone's healthy, and they're probably better on both sides of the ball. So the Eagles will probably win.
Darius Slay also allowed a Kenny Galladay touchdown.
Yeah. But I very well could see the Giants winning that game. It's not like I think the Eagles are going to
I'd enjoy it. For sure.
Next game, Bengals versus Bills. Bills have changed to a -5.5. It was 5 this morning. I know that tickets are already being sold for the Chiefs-Bills game in Atlanta, and a lot of Bengals fans are mad about that, but that doesn't matter. I'm taking the Bills.
yeah, it doesn't matter either. We saw last week how good the Bills team is. It doesn't matter what their quarterback does. Josh Allen played horrible. How many turnovers did he have?
2, 3.
3.
2 picks and a fumble. Fumble 6, actually.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I forgot about that.
that just shows that it doesn't necessarily matter
Well,
what.
and the Bengals almost lost to Tyler Huntley.
Right. So
You know, we almost lost to Skylar Thompson. So.
Yeah.
Josh Allen was not scouted.
Yeah, but it wasn't off of the fact that Joe Burrow did that much to beat the
That's true.
Ravens.
I'm picking the Bills.
I do think it'll be a fairly close game. I don't think we're going to blow them out. I think the spread's fairly good. I think it'll be a one-score game. As long as we can, not turn the ball over, force Joe Burrow to not be comfortable, get after him a little bit, I think we'll be all right. Our defense is good enough. You're not going to stop their offense, but at least attempt to contain it.
Just so we don't have everyone picking the Bills, I guess I'll go the Bengals. I hate picking Joe Burrow. Sure. Cincinnati Bengals.
And the last game of this weekend, Cowboys at the 49ers.
Cole, do you have much to say?
I mean, I'm gonna say pretty much the same thing I said for the Buccaneers game. The Cowboys cannot turn the ball over. Be able to, the 49ers defense is so good that you gotta run the ball and be able to pass the ball. Dak's gonna have to use his legs like he did last week effectively. Like I said, not turn the ball over. Defense is gonna have to get after Brock Purdy. I'm really excited. I don't know if he'll play Micah on the right edge still, but if he goes against Trent Williams, that's gonna be a really fun matchup to watch.
He's going against Masicki.
Oh, really? Did they already say that?
No, but he's not going against Trent.
I was really excited to watch that.
D-Law.
So it'll be a D-Law against Trent?
Probably.
That's less.
It'll be a handful of guys.
I don't know. But you're going to have to get after Brock Purdy. I was telling a guy this morning, I actually think if you make him throw it deep so your safeties get involved, don't let him have 5-yard checkdowns to Debo, McCaffrey, because they'll...
That is what we give up.
That is.
Yeah, I know.
That's how Brady had 300-something yards.
I bet
field
Queen
tackle.
dials it up, though.
Yeah.
I bet Donovan's blitzing from the safety.
Probably the most important thing is open field tackling. Don't let them get the yards after catch if they do.
That's up to you, Diggs.
I know. Contain Debo, contain McCaffrey, you'll be fine. But,
Ayuk, Kittle.
yeah. I mean, the list is quite long. I am taking the 49ers.
I am not. Dallas has just been a better team this season to me, even though the record doesn't necessarily show it. I still think Brock Purdy could have a bad game, even though he's shown nothing but necessarily being perfect. I still think that he could have a really bad game, especially under the pressure of trying to lead this team to a Super Bowl, because I definitely think they have the team to do it, even though I don't think Jimmy G would do it. I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I think Dak could throw 3 interceptions, and I still think they could win the game. Even with 4 missed PATs. But that won't happen again.
I think this game's actually pretty simple. I really do. I think it's pretty simple. Last year, we had Debo Samuel run for 72 yards and Elijah Mitchell for 96. Stop the run, pressure the quarterback. We had zero. We had nothing. We could not pressure last year on them. This is off of last year's game in the playoffs. Just no pressures. We had 2 turnovers. They had none. All the fundamental things. Lock those up, and I think it should be fine. And the other thing, key factor, Tony Pollard has to have more than 4 carries. He had 4 carries last year. That's bad. He's an 1,000-yard rusher this year. I mean, there's a reason.
I bet you he'll have 15.
Well, no, he's going to have carries, but I'm just saying, don't do what you did last year.
Oh, yeah, no, don't do that.
So, yeah. And then also, San Francisco is not good against tight ends. They're below middle of the pack in terms of against tight ends, and Dalton Schultz was hit a lot.
Scene, baby.
Dalton Schultz was hit a lot against them last year and against the Buccaneers last week. So, be on the lookout for him. Taking the Cowboys.
I don't remember what the score was last year.
23-17.
But if we held them to 23 this year, I think that gets it done. Not sure how it didn't get it done last year. But all the defenses that Brock Purdy's played is the Dolphins, Tampa Bay, the Seahawks twice, the Commanders. The Commanders probably the best defense they played. The Raiders and the Cardinals. He's not played good defense yet. We have moments where we can have a bad defense, but if it plays like it did last week against the Bucks, I'm thinking we could get him a little uncomfortable. I think Dan Quinn's hopping in the bag. He's going to have a good scheme. We're definitely going to dial up the pressure, try to get him not where he's comfortable in the pocket. And I think the 49ers line is really, really good. I don't know if their secondary is that incredible. So if Dak starts slinging it and gets in a groove where he hits like 8 or 9 passes in a row, then I think we can win. Because when Dak gets feeling it, gets tempo, and starts calling the plays and looking people over, he can get dangerous. But if he makes 1 or 2 bad plays and it goes south, then it's over.
Yeah.
Once it goes belly up, it's staying there.
Yeah,
This defense did give up 365 to Jarrett Stidham.
exactly.
I mean, a lot of that is Devontae Adams, but
Yeah, but
that's a lot of
CD
guys.
can do that as well.
All right, well, those were all the picks and our thoughts on Tom Brady possibly retiring from football, but, it's hard to tell. We'll have just 2 more videos over the playoffs for the NFL, and then it's
Raps.
Damn.
over. So,
Divisional.
Thank God. Worst season of
Conference
my life.
championship.
thank you guys for watching the video. Peace.